Hey everybody, happy Monday. Hope you're doing well and welcome to your weekly forecast reading with Spirit for the week of July 16th to July 22nd. Today I'm going to be channeling some messages to you directly from the spirit realm, directly from your spirit guides, in hopes of giving you some messages of love, light, healing, connection, compassion, all those beautiful things, and for something for you to focus on this week with regards to your own intuition, your own spirituality, or your connection to your own guides. So if you feel drawn to listen to the entirety of this message, it's definitely for you. If you feel drawn to skip through parts of the message or pass it by completely, then this message may not be for you. The idea and my intention is always that this message will reach exactly who it needs to when they're fully able and ready to receive it. All right, and before we dive in, I just want to let you know that I do have 2 spots available for private Zoom online readings this month. So please send me a DM or reach out if you'd like to claim one of those spots. All right, so let's see what Spirit would like to share with us for this upcoming week. Okay, so I'm getting an animal guide come through. This is the tiger spirit. Okay, so that's our first message. What else? So what I'm hearing as our first message from Spirit is coming back to our emotions. We've been talking about in the past couple of weeks finding balance in our energy body, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. And what I'm seeing and sensing right now from Spirit about this week is that some of us may be feeling like this is a bit of a roller coaster week on a number of levels, but mostly I'm feeling more of an emotional plane this week. So for many of us, not all, but for many of us, we may feel like we're on a little bit of an emotional roller coaster this week with ups and downs. However, what Spirit is kind of sharing or talking about regarding this topic is looking for or kind of tuning into and reflecting on how we maintain our balance, okay? How we maintain our harmony when we are experiencing fluctuating emotions, knowing that emotions are here to inform us, right? They're here to give us information. They're here to guide us. So how can we maintain a balance, knowing that our emotions are working for us, giving us that extra information and insight that we require for whatever we're going through? What do we need to do for ourselves to embrace and receive these emotions moving through us and to honor them, right? But to also maintain a balance with our everyday life so that when these emotions are coming through, they're not taking over our entire day, our entire week, right? They're not sabotaging things in our life, our relationships, our everyday activities, our career, whatever else is going on, right? So how can we welcome them in? How can we embrace and honor them while still maintaining balance? So what is it that you need to do for yourself when you're experiencing these kind of up and down emotions or fluctuating emotions? What do you need to do yourself to bring yourself back, bring your energy back into your core, into your physical body, and to learn how to kind of relax into it, to lean into it, to understand that you are just receiving information and that you don't have to get fully taken away with it, right? You don't have to lose yourself over the emotions that you are experiencing. You can still have room for them, have space for them while maintaining your own ground, while being in tune with who you are as a person, right? So that's the kind of second message coming in is how we find balance when we are navigating fluctuating or even roller coaster type emotions this week. Okay, so again, this is about energetic sovereignty, it's about personal power, and it's also about learning to regulate yourself as you go through this these things because the idea is that we want these emotions to speak to us, to communicate with us, to send us the messages that they require, instead of suppressing and ignoring them and pretending they're not there, or instead of misusing our reactions and responses to the trigger or whatever's coming through, right? So we want to find that balance, allow it to be there, allow it to be in your presence, but handling it in a way that is respectful to yourself and your boundaries, and to others and their boundaries too. Okay, so this is all about self-control, personal power, emotional regulation, and energetic boundaries as well. Okay. All right, what else? I'm also getting the zebra as an animal guide coming in here too. Okay, so the next message that I'm hearing from Spirit is actually quite interesting. And it's funny because I was talking about this earlier this morning. But what I'm hearing from Spirit right now is us learning how to take breaks, like learning how to take intentional breaks and taking more breaks than we think is necessary or required. Now, a lot of people would say that they're like, a lot of people think of taking breaks as like an excuse to be like lazy or non-productive. But really what they're getting at here is like taking more breaks than you feel you need. And the idea of this is to break this pattern of over-functioning, over-producing, over-giving, right? Overwhelming yourself, stimulating yourself, sensory overload. Like, we have built up a tolerance to many different aspects and parts of our life that we've just normalized as that's life and you just have to deal with it. But as we begin to kind of adjust and shift and ascend into the 5D, into the fifth dimension, we're really starting to filter through what is worth giving our time and energy to. And so if you allow yourself to take breaks throughout the day, you can more easily decide if there's something there that you're doing that you actually want to return to and keep giving your energy to, or if it's something that you actually want to take a break from or walk away completely from. Right? Now, this isn't about abandoning responsibilities or anything like that, right? But it's about finding better ways to use your energy. It's about finding ways where you might actually be on autopilot, right? Where you might have that cruise control set up for you, where maybe you don't actually mean to be doing that. So allow yourself this week to take more intentional breaks. This can be 5 minutes, this can be 30 minutes, this can be an hour or more, right? Decide what's right for you, right? But give yourself the opportunity to have breaks. Give yourself the opportunity to receive help. Give yourself the opportunity not to overload your schedule. Give yourself the opportunity to put in structure into your day so that you can have free time to do what your soul is asking you, right? I really hope that makes sense. Okay, so we really want to integrate more breaks into our day, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. What would that look like for you to have more breaks? What would it look like for you not to rush from one thing to the next, not to be in hustle mode all the time, not to be overloading your brain with what's new and what's coming up and what do I have to do the next day? It's like, I feel is training around how can we just learn how to be? We are, after all, human beings, not human doings. So how can we learn how to just be without guilt, without shame, without embarrassment? What do we need to do to reset and to rejuvenate ourselves, right? To replenish our energy. And if that means that after an hour of doing something, you need a 30-minute break to do whatever, then do it. right? We've been so programmed to feel guilty about that, or to feel lazy or non-productive or spoiled or whatever it is, right? So how can you learn to give yourself more breaks throughout your day, throughout your week, and create that sense of energetic harmony where you feel replenished throughout your day? Okay, so that's the next message. What else? Okay, the next message that I'm hearing is super interesting. So what Spirit is saying with this one is that this week, there's many of us that may feel like our sensitivity to sensory stimuli, okay? Sensory stimuli around us, sights, sounds, noises, smells, feelings, all of that is going to be super, super heightened. Okay, so this may not be for everybody, but for many, many of us who are also empaths and highly sensitive people, if you are a highly sensitive person, please, be aware of this message. They're saying we may feel extra sensitive to this sensory stimuli. And in that case, it's really important for us to make sure that not only are we taking breaks like our last message, but that we're learning how to kind of counteract that overstimulation, that overwhelm, that overload. So it's really going to put you into the focus and attention around how to balance that sensory stimuli coming in. So what do we need to do for ourselves? Right? Much as like we talked about our emotions, what do we need to do for ourselves to really balance that sensory stimuli? How can we counteract that? How can we kind of protect ourselves? What do we need to do? Is it making sure there's more time alone? Is that more time for meditation? Is that more time for self? A relaxing movement class, time for creativity, time for walks, like really, really getting yourself into this idea of learning how to take care of yourself. And this week is a lot about heightened sensory stimuli, overload, overwhelm. So what can you do for yourself instead of just taking it and dealing with it and ignoring it, your discomfort and the feelings that you have? How can you take care of yourself? How can you take care of that? What is going to push you into taking that extra step to prioritize and love yourself? Okay, and also to nurture yourself as a highly sensitive soul, right? Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. And let me just ask why. So Spirit is just saying that as we're starting to experience new frequencies, as we move into the fourth and fifth dimension, we're going to be more sensitive. So as we tune into new frequencies, there's new things to be aware of, to discover, okay, that you're going to notice, that's going to get your attention. So with multiple things kind of coming up and into your awareness, that can cause some overload as you are adjusting to new frequencies and understanding what it's like to be in tune with new frequencies, okay? So just keep that in mind into this week and moving forward. Okay, so that is it for today. I know that was some longer messages. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you were able to resonate with them. Please do let me know if this lands by leaving a comment, sending me a DM, sending me an email. I always love to hear from you and how you resonate with the messages each week. If you want to receive this message transcribed, typed up, and sent directly to your email inbox every Monday so that you don't have to watch the video, depending on your timing and availability there. And if you would like to see the meanings of the animal guides that come through as well, make sure you head over to my website, www.theconsciousher.com. And on the homepage, you can enter in your name and email, and you'll be signed up right away for those weekly readings. Okay, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed, and I catch you next time. Bye.